SIT's, basic information, so like details, requirement, like admission information this time. So again, nice to see you. I'm Yuya Maijima from Shibaura Institute of Technologies. And since we are Institute of Technologies, SIT provides this kind of field of studies with students. So basically, SIT covers 7 major academic fields: mathematics, mechanical, materials, applied chemistry, like electrical, electronic, informations, and computer science is included in informations in SIT. Architecture, civil engineering, design, and biotech. So these 7 majors are our field. So unfortunately, students who like to major in business, like economics, politics, literature, maybe we cannot accept them. But if students are interested in engineering and the science field, yeah, that might be SIT can be one of the good choice for them. And basically, we have 2 campuses. One is Toyosu campus in Tokyo. The other is Omiya campus in Saitama Prefecture, which is next to Tokyo. So it is very convenient place to study and research for students because we have a campus in urban areas. So, not only it's a good environment to study like research, this is very convenient place to stop or like hang out with friends. And the campus locations depends on student majors. Basically, freshman and sophomore goes to Omiya campus. And when they get junior, they start to go to Toyosu campus. But for example, students from architecture faculties goes to Toyosu campus for 4 years. And also students from system engineering goes to Omiya campus for 4 years. So, campus location depends on their major, their faculties. And for masters and doctors, the campus location depends on their supervisor's laboratories. I'm gonna explain the details later. Yeah, anyway, we have just rebuilt Toyosu campus in 2024, and we will make a new buildings in Omiya campus next year. So we have a beautiful facilities, and it might be good for students. And we have 3 satellite offices. One is in Bangkok, the other is in Malaysia, and the other is Indonesian, Surabaya. And as I introduce myself, I'm working for satellite office in Bangkok, and mainly our satellite office is to promote SIT among students. So student recruitment is one of the ultimate missions of SIT. And when it comes to student recruitment, of course, we try to increase the number of exchange students, but rather than exchange students, SIT more focus on the degree seeking students. So for bachelor's degree, undergraduate programs, we would like to accept students who would like to get the SIT's undergraduate programs degree. And of course, we have consultations for studying abroad in Japan, and I'm working for some university networking like WTUN, ATUNet, and so on. And Bangkok office also has a function of industry, academia, government collaboration projects. And we also try to increase the number of international joint researches with mainly partner universities in Southeast Asia countries. And I'd like to briefly explain why Japan is a good destination for students to study engineering and science careers. And then after that, I'm going to explain the good point of studying in SIT. So why Japan? The most important reasons for me is Japan can provide world-class education achievement. You know, when it comes to Nobel prizes, Japan is Asia's #1 country who won the Nobel prizes mainly in physics, chemistry, and so on. So that's why we could say that Japan's excellence in science and technology is proven at the global level. And the second big reason is career and innovations. I mean, in Japan, as you may know, Japan has a lot of famous worldwide companies. So I hope international students would like to work for this kind of Japanese famous companies after their graduation. Japan can provide very nice environment for working in terms of job hunting. And the last reason, it's obviously Japan is safest countries in the world, so students can just concentrate on their studying and the research. These three reasons are, the good point of Japan. And why SIT? According to THE Japan University Rankings 2025, SIT is ranked in 32nd. And in Japan, generally speaking, Japan has more than 800 universities. And yeah, as I told you, according to THE Japan University rankings, SIT is ranked in 32nd. It means we could say that SIT is top 10% universities in Japan. And among private universities in Japan, SIT is ranked in fourth in terms of research environment ranking. And for international outlook rankings, SIT is ranked fifth after Rikkyo, Waseda, Sophia, Ritsumeikai. And when it comes to career and innovations, surprisingly, SIT's actual employment rate in 2024 was nearly 96%. This is because our career support section can definitely help students when they start their job hunting. For example, we can give you a lecture about how to write, CVs or like how to deal with Japanese style interviews. So students can practice before their company interviews. And of course, SITs provide the actual educations. That's why many famous Japanese companies evaluate SIT students and they are likely to accept SIT students. That's why we can keep this rate very high so far. And I'm not sure you know, but in Japan, there are 400 famous Japanese companies, and SIT is ranked third among private universities for actual employment rate of those kind of 400 famous companies, after Keio University and Tokyo University of Science, and Shibaura is ranked third. So we could say that, after graduation, the student can join, famous Japanese companies, and SIT, of course, helps students. And in the perspective of safety or like supportive, we have a school dormitories, and which is relatively cheaper than the outside public housing. So if students would like to lower the cost of living in Tokyo, SIT's dormitory can be their choice. And also, we have some scholarships for masters and doctors. I'm gonna explain it later, but in the undergraduate programs, we do not have many kinds of scholarships, so please keep in mind that. But for masters, we have some scholarships for students from designated partner universities. And these scholarships are students from, for example, in Thai, Kasetsart University, Thammasat University, and KMUTT are partner, designated partner universities of SIT. So that means students from these three universities can have a chance to get these scholarships, which covers full tuition fee, and we can give students a monthly stipend, and also half of tuition fee or monthly stipend, as long as they have the requirement of Japanese language proficiency or English language proficiency. And also, we have a minimum requirement of GPA 3.0 out of 4.0. That's the main requirement of scholarships for master's students. And also, we have a doctor's scholarships from SIT. We would like to increase the number of nice doctoral students from overseas. That's why we established these scholarships for encourage doctoral students to enroll in SIT. These scholarships it's mainly SIT can cover full tuition fee and also monthly stipend. It's the same level as Japanese government scholarships. We call mixed scholarships. Our doctors scholarships is same as next scholarships in terms of amount of money. All right. So I'm going to dive into the explanations of undergraduate programs first. So basically, we have 4 faculties: engineering, architecture, system engineering, and design. And each faculty has multiple courses. And in other than LED characters, Innovative Global Programs, IGP for short, those black characters courses are provided in Japanese. So if a high school student would like to major in architecture in SIT, we require EJU, that is like Japanese language proficiency test conducted by JASO. But when I'm while I'm working for the Bangkok office right now, I feel like for international students it might be very difficult for them to get minimum requirement of EJU set by SIT. SIT mainly focuses on Innovative Global Programs, IGP. That is all English programs. So Japanese language is not the requirement. This is all English programs. So in these presentations, I'm gonna focus on the explanation of IGP. And this is the information of IGP. As I told you, SIT has a faculty of like architecture, like designs, but in IGP just covers these 6 fields: computer science, electronic engineering, engineering education, material science, mechanical engineering, and applied chemistry. Those 6 fields are covered in IGP. So unfortunately, so far, students would like to major in architecture or like design in English. We cannot accept them. Just those would like to major in computer science in English, we can accept those kind of students in IGP. And IGP is very unique program. The left-hand side picture is typical Japanese university curriculums. So basically, in Japanese universities, and I think mostly, all foreign countries' universities, first year and second year, they need to focus on the basic subjects, like basic mathematical or like basic physics or like basic engineering in SIT, for example. And then when they get juniors, they start to learn their specialized. And in final year, they have a final year project in Japan graduation thesis, and they will graduate from undergraduate programs. That's a typical Japanese curriculum. I mean, Japanese university curriculum. But IGP's more focuses on research activities rather than coursework. Of course, IGP's first year and second year students have to take some courses because they need to learn the basic knowledge for research. But at the same time, even first year students can start their research activities. That's why students can acquire very practical knowledge because they have already know how to proceed with their research. It's like more master's programs. So IGP's nice characteristic of IGP is research-based learning. So it might be good those who have already specific themes to research. And we have also laboratory rotations. This means, it might be, for some students, it might be very difficult to select one specific majors before enrolling in university. That's why we set up a laboratory rotation so that they can change their research topic. And at the same time, nowadays, the world is getting more and more complex. So, there are fewer problems that can be solved by one specific areas. So, for example, mechanical engineering students can take the courses of computer science, and they can combine the knowledge of mechanical engineering with computer science, and they can solve the other many kinds of problems. So that's the second strong point of IGPs. We have a laboratory rotation system, so students can measure in multiple majors. And in IGP, students can have a chance to make presentations of their research at international conferences, even they are undergraduate students. So we believe these three points are very nice for students. And from now on, I'm gonna explain the information of postgraduate programs. I mean, master's and doctor's programs. So different from undergraduate programs, students can graduate from all these programs in English. So when it comes to masters and doctors, for example, students who would like to major in architecture can graduate from architecture course in English. So Japanese language is not requirement here. And this is a completion requirement of master's programs. Our master's programs are designed as the combination of coursework and the research activities. So when they, but mainly students need to focus on more research activity. So, for example, when they would like to enroll in SIT's master's programs, they have to select their preferred supervisors from SIT's supervisors list like this. So this is our website, and let's see. On this page, candidates can look for their preferred supervisors and laboratories. So for example, if a student would like to major in aerospace in our master's, please click aerospace pictures and they can look for the laboratories relating to aerospace engineering. So we have many, faculty members from aerospace engineering, but especially, for example, students would like to study space electric propulsion laboratories. Professor Kawashima is in charge of this laboratory. So candidates will directly apply for Professor Kawashima, and they need permission. That's the basic process of master's and doctor's admissions. And for doctor's completions, it's kind of complicated. So I'm going to skip that information. But doctor's programs are mainly based on their research activities. So completion requirements depends on their research, papers. So this is an tuition information of each programs. Yeah, we have undergraduate programs, masters, doctors, and for example, undergraduate program, it will take 4 years to complete it. And in average, I'm working for Bangkok office, so this is Thai births references. But in average, it will cost 1.6 million Japanese yen in each year. In this tuition fee, it does not include living of expense, just tuition fee for universities. And for masters, it will take 2 years, and doctors, 3 years. And this is an entrance examination schedules and process for IGP. IGP student always enroll in October 1st, so we cannot accept spring enrollment. And IGP has 2 rounds. It depends on student choice, so student can choose either of these rounds. But anyway, in the first process, IGP's admissions divided into 2 screenings. First screening is document screenings and online examinations. So of course, students have to submit official documents to universities, including certificate or like transcript or like their CVs and so on. And after they submit official documents, they need to take online examinations, and which are mathematics and science, physics or chemistry. And after they pass first screenings, they will have second screenings, which is online interview with supervisors. And the students have to make presentation of their research plan. Because, as I told you, IGP is mainly based on research activities. So when they apply for IGP, they need to prepare for the presentation of their research plan. And for document screenings, we have a IGP's website inside SIT's website. And we have a entrance examination application guidelines here. So in these guidelines, students can see what kinds of documents are necessary. So students can check the necessary documents in this website. Application guidelines here. Application guidelines includes comprehensive information. So student or like candidate can see all information necessary for enrolling in SIT. And I'd like you to be careful about application eligibilities. Basically, this is the main eligibilities. A person has graduated from upper secondary schools or secondary education schools in Japan, but mostly for international students, the number two eligibility is applicable. A person has completed primary and secondary school education in a foreign country. So, for example, in Malaysia, the education system are completely different from Japanese ones. So, they need 12-year education courses. I mean, they need to take preparation. But for example, in Indonesia or Thai and Vietnam, all three countries have same system as Japan. They have 12-year education systems by high school graduations. So they can directly apply for SIT and SIT is IGP. All right. And this is an entrance examination schedule of masters and doctors. The process itself are mostly same, so I'm going to just focus on masters entrance examination schedule and processes. Students can choose their enrollment period, October 1st enrollment or April 1st enrollment. It's up to students. But anyway, the first process is pre-consultations. As I explained it, students can directly apply for their preferred supervisors and they get permission because unfortunately, some laboratories are already full of students or like some faculty members go overseas for their research. That's why they need to submit their research plans or like basic civils and so on, and they need to get permission. That's the first process. And after that, they submit official documents to university. And finally, they have the online examinations, which is online interview with faculty members. And same as IGP, students need to make a presentation of their research plan. So there's no paper test for master and doctor, just a presentation of their research plan. Of course, some faculty members might ask students the basic knowledge of their majors, but mainly online interview with faculty members. And doctors' entrance examination process are mostly same as masters. And this is just for reference information. If student goes to our website from this QR code link, they can get advice from their senior students. And this is also just reference cost of living in Tokyo. According to JASO, it will cost this Japanese yen per month in total, apart from tuition fee. And we have some SNS. That's basic informations of SIT. And yeah, so far, yeah, I have completed my explanation. So if you have any questions, I will answer your questions this time.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentation. I can see there are two questions already in the chat box, so we're gonna try to answer it. Okay, so maybe some of you in Indonesia are already familiar with Mas Farid already. So he's my colleague, also promoting Asian destination. So if you have any question after this, he's gonna be the first person who's gonna answer you. And the first one, Mr. Maijima, the question is there any age limit for bachelor and master students?
So for part, please. The answer is basically, no, there's no age limit for bachelor's candidates and master's candidates. But as I told you, we have a application guidelines, and in that guidelines, the items of eligibility is written in the application guidelines in each program. So as long as they meet requirement of eligibilities, they can apply for SIT. That's it.
Okay, thank you. And the next one is, can international student work part-time in Japan? And is there any post-study work visa?
Um, when international student enroll in SIT can give student visa. And student visa, student can do a part-time job for 28 hours in a week. I mean, less than 28 hours a week. So as long as, they work less than 28 hours in a week, yes, they can, without, any special application or something. They can just do their part-time job with student visa provided by SIT.
Okay, and after graduation, can they work? Is there any post-study work visa, both for master's, doctoral, or undergraduate?
When it comes to masters and doctors, no. For example, if student graduate from SIT's undergraduate programs and they would like to pursue a master's degree, we still can give student visas. So in that case, student can just keep studying in our masters without any special applications or like procedures. But when after they graduate from our undergraduate program, they would like to look for some job opportunities. SIT cannot provide special visas, but in some cases, yes, we can. So before their graduations, please ask. I would SIT will make an announcement of those students who would like to work for Japanese companies after their graduations. SIT will give students the information how to do or like how to postpone their visas.
Okay, but generally, in terms of Japanese regulations for international students, is it possible for them to apply for a post-study work visa?
At least within a half a year, yes, students can.
Okay.
And the SIT can guarantee half a year period, yeah, for their job hunting.
Okay. Thank you. And the next one is, how much is the financial proof for student visa? So they're asking about visa requirements.
Um, yeah, when they get student visas from SIT, student have to fill in some income information, but I'm sure the regulations of Japanese government. It is decided by Japanese government, so I'm gonna confirm it and I'm gonna answer in the email or some other means
Okay.
later.
Okay.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
I cannot answer right now.
Yeah, no worries. After this webinar, we're gonna give you the information about it. I believe because the attendance is from various countries as well. I believe the requirements we'd like to give it in detail for you after this. Okay, the next one is, okay, about employability rank of SIT is rank number 3, right? What is the source of ranking and why University of Tokyo is not showing in the rank?
That's I thought he mentioned this rankings. This is only among private universities in Japan. So, University of Tokyo is from national universities. So, national universities are not included in these rankings. And the source is Nikkei Shimbun, Japanese economic newspaper ranking. Yeah. We have put this information on our website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And the next one is, could you please share to us about the school timetable? How many days do they need to attend the school typically in a week?
How many days should school? It depends on their programs. For example, undergraduate programs, basically, they need to, join their classes. And for IGP, they also have the research activities. So basically 5 days a week. It depends on their timetable, but basically, yeah, 5 days a week. And for masters and doctors, the research activities is their main activities for them. So I think they need to, ask their supervisors, how often the laboratory activity is held, or like, yeah, how many days in a week they have to join classes or make not sure experiment or something. Yeah. It
Okay.
depends on their majors or like laboratories for masters and doctors.
Okay. Thank you. And next one, okay, is it possible to bring family while they are studying in Japan?
No, we cannot guarantee the visas for their family, basically, the students themselves.
Okay. The next one is the English requirement for undergraduate and postgraduate for the IELTS, PTE, or TOEFL.
For undergraduate, I mean, when it comes to IGP, we basically we do not. It sounds kind a little bit weird, but we do not set up minimum requirement of English. But at least applicant of IGP have to submit English language proficiency test, and in the application guidelines, oops. The English language proficiency includes TOEFL, IBT, IELTS, and TOEIC 4 skills. And this is English requirement of undergraduate program. I mean here IGP. And postgraduate, in masters and doctors, CEFA B2 or higher English language proficiency certification are requirement. So for example, in IELTS, 5.5 or higher, and TOEFL 72 point or higher. That's the requirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Later on, I'm gonna share this PDF again for the attendance. The
Yes, of course,
attendees,
yeah.
they can look at it again for the details, but in efforts for undergraduate is minimum of 5.5 for IELTS.
Yes, technically speaking, CEFA B2 or higher.
CFR B2 or higher. Okay,
Yes.
that's the next one is there any internships program? If yes, when and how long is it?
We used to have internship programs for students, but right now, unfortunately, we do not have. So students who would like to join, I mean, company internships, they have to apply for themselves. Or like some laboratories are internships. So maybe student can have a chance to talk with faculty members whether, the laboratory has internship or not.
So it is optional, yeah. Internship program depend on the students.
Optional, yes. That is not mandatory.
Mm.
Okay. What about I saw in the presentation you mentioned about student accommodation. Is
Mhm.
it owned by SIT? Should they submit a separate application form or?
Yes, application is separate from, program applications. And SIT Global Dormitory is located in Omiya campus in Saitama Prefecture, which is very close to Omiya campus. So it's almost on campus. But in Toyosu dormitories, it's about 30 minutes away by train from Toyosu campus. So it's not on campus.
Okay. That's very nice to know. So, everyone here, if you still have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat box. And after this webinar, can we have the soft file of the presentation, Mr. Maijima? Yeah. Okay.
For sure. Yeah, of course.
Thank you. So everyone can look at it again. Feel free if you still have questions after this, especially if you met parents maybe or the students. Yeah. We're gonna ask about okay.
Government school?
It's
No, it's private.
It's private, yes. Private university. And okay, the next one for the scholarships. Is that for the whole duration of program or just for the first year only? I believe it's for the master's and doctoral degree.
For masters, basically it will cover for 2 years in whole durations, and doctors as well. But when it comes to doctors programs, there's extension deliberations every academic year. So they have to show their achievement per year, and if they, if that their achievements are acceptable, they can keep getting scholarship in doctors programs. But basically, yeah, whole year. I mean, whole durations.
Okay. But just to confirm, there are no scholarships for undergraduate, right?
Oh, sorry, what do you mean?
For undergraduate or bachelor's program, is there any?
Unfortunately, in IGP undergraduate programs, so far there's no scholarships.
Okay. Thank you.
And yeah, as I repeated, the whole information is included in application guidelines of each program. So, I hope I would really appreciate it if you could review the application guidelines in each program. And if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to ask me when it
Yeah.
comes to admission information.
Yeah, Mr. Maijima-san,
Yes.
regarding the enrollment, how much the student needs to pay for the deposit payment? Is it full tuition fee for 1 year or 1 semester?
Student, it depends on student, but basically student need to pay by semester, and we have 2 semesters in 1 year.
Okay, so pay the minimum 1 semester tuition fee.
Yes,
Is it?
but if
Yeah, for master or doctorate, if they get a partial scholarship, is it will be deducted from the tuition fee or after
yes,
that?
we will send the invoice, deducted tuition fee invoice.
I see. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When is the nearest intake? For IGP, we still have the second round for enrolling in this October, and second round will start from late February. So undergraduate programs, the application start from late February, and they will enroll in this October. And all masters, yeah, it's same as IGP. We have a 4 sections, 4 enrollment applications, which start from April. So yeah, master's student and doctor's student can apply for this April and enroll in this October. That's the nearest intake.
So only one intake for IGP, but for master, the student can take April or October, right?
Yes, they can choose their enrollment period. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Someone's asking about how many Thai students at SIT.
Uh, in I mean, for degree-seeking students, there are not many, just 3, 4, 5 students per year in total of undergraduate students. Yeah, there are, no, apart from degree-seeking students, we accept a lot of international, exchange students per year. It's more than 100, it's more than 200 students per year.
Okay, thank you. The next question is about English proficiency requirement, which you have answered previously. So for the bachelor degree, at least IELTS 5.5 or CEFR B2.
Yes, that's an English requirement of masters and doctors. And undergraduate programs, there is no minimum requirement of English levels. So that means, only they have to do is just submit the English language certifications. But, of course, IGP is English programs. So I strongly recommend students need to get CEFA B2 or higher, because that's a minimum level of, educated in English in university levels.
Oh, is there still any questions? Yeah, so we almost reached the end of our webinar session. If you still don't know what to ask, it's okay. You're gonna ask when you have students. Don't worry, we're here to help. We're always happy to connect you with SIT. I mean, your inquiries to SIT as well. Please be reminded that the application for bachelor's degree is still open for the October 2026 intake, so there's still time to promote to your students. Feel free to ask us if you have any questions. I believe if you are based in other countries, you know your yes education PIC already. You know Bafan, you know Russell or team, maybe Ria on the other or Pau in the other countries as well. But we are just happy to accommodate all your questions, and please be reminded that all the application documents you can send it to Yes Education team by email, and then we can process the application to SIT directly, and we'll get the feedback to you soon if there are any questions or other inquiries or the other required documents as well. So if there are no other questions, I'm gonna say thank you so much, Mr. Meijima-san, for the
Very
time
much.
and for the presentation. I would appreciate if you send the PDF to us about the presentation later on, so it will help all our partners to promote SIT as well in their own regions. So thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much, Mr. Farid, as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for this webinar, and see you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye. Thank you, Mr. Majima.
Thank you very much.